In today's video, we're going to explain what is a sneakerhead. Stay tuned. What's up, guys? Swaggy K here, back with another video. This is going to be the first video. I'm gonna say it right off the bat. This is going to be the first ever video that we deal with that involves any type of apparel or sneakers. So we got 10 subscribers now, which I didn't believe that would ever happen. You know, we're punching our way to the top here, and I think it's going to happen pretty soon here. Eventually, we're going to get some more subscribers on here, so I believe it's going to happen. But I also believe that men out there need to know how to dress. So this isn't really going to be a video about necessarily dressing or style. It's going to be more of a conception or idea or a concept. Alright, so let's give you a little pop quiz here. So if I say the word sneakerhead, what immediately comes to mind? I mean, there's no options here on the screen, but let me know in the comment section down below. But these are a few popular options and things that people will associate sneakerheads with. I think the first thing that comes to mind when people think of sneakerheads is they usually are ones to Air Jordan sneakers right here. And specifically, the most common ones that you might see them wearing are these Air Jordan 1s. Now, they won't be the certain colorway of Jordans or this certain model of Jordans, but I'm going to say right off the bat, whenever I think of a sneakerhead, usually I will assume you're a sneakerhead if you wear Jordan 1s, because these are probably one of the most popular retro sneakers of all time. And the thing is that there's so many different models of Jordans in so many different colorways. It's ridiculous. I mean, any colorway that you can imagine. There are green Jordans. There are, are there teal colored Jordans? Yeah, any colorway you could ever imagine actually exists. It's just crazy. Especially just one shoe itself. That just goes to show, at this point, it's not Michael Jordan himself being like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna make 100 different colorways of this shoe. It's these people out here that wear the Jordan 1s and then they claim the high value, and then that's what causes these Jordan 1 sneakers to become such heaters. And I'm going to tell you what a heater is right now. A heater is a sneaker that people consider valuable and is hugely expensive. But Jordan 1s, they can go from anywhere from $100. I got these for $100. Shout out to the guy who sold me them right here. But I think definitely the sneaker community really highly praise Jordan sneakers just for many reasons. They're classic. They look good in pretty much almost every casual situation, and because of the hype around these sneakers, they usually tend to go for a lot more than what they actually should be. And that's what hype is pretty much with the sneaker industry. I mean, I could think of some other sneakers obviously that sneakerheads people will think of, if they think of a sneakerhead, obviously Dunks, even more so in recent times. I think that back then you would have considered someone a sneakerhead if they had Jordans or Dunks, because those are older shoes. But I think definitely for a new generation, you may argue that sneakerheads may wear Yeezys as well. And don't get me wrong, that's definitely true. They're definitely heater sneakers. So that's the common misconception about sneakerheads, is that they only wear Jordan sneakers. Those are the most commonly referred to shoes if you are a sneakerhead. But like I said, there's so many other shoes out there in the world, and sneakers as well, that I don't think that anyone would refer to as a sneakerhead. It's just that those are the ones that are most commonly hyped. Now, they may also do little pet peeve things, they'll get a little picky about how their shoes are laced. Now, I personally do not know how the hell I want to lace my Jordan 1s right now, but if you guys got any recommendations, let me know in the comment section down below. But they get real picky about little things, they might not like the noose lacing that I got here. They'll be like, oh, that's trash or whatever. And then they might also do little things once they get the new shoe in, they'll go up to the shoe and then they will smell it. Just little things like that they'll do. But I'm not saying that they all do that, but that's some things that I've seen them do. But now, with all of that discussion out of the way about what people typically would refer to as a sneakerhead, here's what I actually think it is. Now, some people may go as shallow and just say that sneakerheads are only people that wear Jordans or any crazy hyped release. Now, that could be true, but the thing with that is that there could be that one person that only wears the Jordans because other people perceive them as nice. So would you consider them sneakerheads? I mean, it's kind of just in the name itself, It's someone that's deeply passionate about wearing all of these sneakers, and there are groups of people that talk about sneakers they display their sneakers, they camp out when a new release happens. It's just people that are deeply passionate about sneakers. Now, could you argue that I am as well, just because I have those Jordans? I mean, you guys may not know how deeply passionate I am about sneakers, but you can kind of see that in the way that they talk about it. Now, there's one huge problem with saying people that wear Jordans in like any other hyped release. You don't know how deeply passionate that one person is about sneakers themselves. Like, are they in like fan groups about it? Do they like camp out for them? Or do they just buy them strictly for the fact that, hey, I need a new pair of sneakers, and, I want to impress the ladies, or like, the boys, and, get the new Jordan release. And then they don't think about it at all, which I think the difference between a sneakerhead and just a person who likes nice sneakers is that, usually with a sneakerhead, they'll talk about their collection, if they have one. And how someone talks about their Pokemon card collection, or their, Zippo collection, gun collection, anything that you can collect, people will talk a lot about, when you're in their area, or where they live, or at their place of residence. So that's another thing that you look for too. Do they have a lot of sneakers? Because usually if one person has a lot of sneakers, that means that they have this is from what I've seen, they're usually people that have a lot of sneakers, so that means that they're going to be wearing a lot of different outfits and stuff to, their little sneaker addiction. I mean, it's probably one of the more healthier addictions, because it really can't hurt you. It only hurts you financially from how expensive some of these shoes are. And then there's another argument. Well, are resellers sneakerheads? And once again, another huge problem comes in the way. It's like the first argument about being a sneakerhead, but the thing is that they know the hyped releases. So what they'll do is they'll buy the hyped releases and then resell them for more, or like if they're like shoes that like people won't pay over retail for, they'll charge usually less than RRP was for them, just simply because that sneaker was not as valued. Now, so here's the thing with resellers. Reselling is a business, right? So, I mean, you can be passionate about your business, but the only reason why they buy these shoes is because they're valuable and they can flip it for money. They don't actually like any of the shoes that they have. I mean, there's going to be sneakerheads that do resell. I'm not saying that's completely out of the window, but typically resellers I don't think are like sneakerheads, because for one, they usually don't wear the sneakers, because usually when like you've worn them and stuff, then it could affect how much the thing actually costs. And just for the simple fact that, they don't see it as like something that they own. They see it as something that they just want to, flip or trade for higher value sneakers, or just money itself. So I can't really say that resellers, just in the concept, are passionate about sneakers, because all they do is just resell them. Now, of course, there are resellers that like sneakers, just like there are people that they buy really valuable sneakers. That means they like sneakers, but it's just different, with some things like that. Anyway, guys, so hopefully this explained what a sneakerhead is. And guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think makes someone a sneakerhead? I think we might do that for the next video as well. So anyway, guys, hope to see you guys in the next video, and we'll catch you after these messages.